Realize that nobody could take your peace away from you. Nobody. You exchange it. And as soon as you exchange it, you react. You get disturbed. You get bothered by what's happening on outside. And it's like, why? Why do we do this? Why do we trade our peace for a reaction, for discontent, for, overall stressing ourselves over things we can't control? And we repeat the cycle unconsciously so many times. And, we always can learn from the people around us, because most people are reacting to life. They're not really living at all. And we spend most of our life reacting instead of creating, consuming instead of creating. If you leave your peace up to everybody, you'll be disturbed every time, because your peace is within you. Your anger is within you. All the emotions you could generate are within you. You just need a reason to generate them. Just as how we get disturbed and we react when something happens that we don't like, we generate, feelings of anger or annoyance or fear or many others. It goes on and on and on. And we seem to be in a loop that we can't get out of, because there's always something outside bothering us, whether it's a person, whether it's an event, whether it's traffic, whether it's work, whether it's, day-to-day life. We wake up and we go about our day waiting for something to change, and we act the same way, think the same way, and react the same way, and we don't know how to stop. We want to change, we want to evolve, but we don't know how to stop. We don't know how to get out of this wall. We can't find a way to, somehow overcome these unconscious reactions. And the true understanding of it all is, this whole world is impersonal. This whole life is unfolding by itself, and it has nothing to do with you. So to accept peace on a day-to-day basis and realize that, trading it for a reaction, that's literally what we're doing every time. Something happens I don't like, oh man, I'm mad. I'm upset. This isn't how things are supposed to go. This person's not acting the correct way, so I'm going to react. We subconsciously think that, everybody has to act accordingly or else, not knowing that we hold the power to not, indulge in these feelings and experience life for what it truly is, uncluttered, clear, and taking every experience at a time. You think the river cares if there's wood in it, cars in it, a house in it, just anything. Like, it doesn't care. It's basically, we can relate this to life, because there's experiences that happen to us, but instead of just flowing with what's, in our river, we resist and we complain, we blame, we look for outside sources to justify the way we felt. And then it's a loop we will never get out of, and we will never live a truly happy life if this is the way we live. Everybody has to act accordingly. Every event has to, be the way I want it to be. And everything just has to be the way I want it to. If not, I'm uncomfortable, I'm sad, I have anxiety, I have fear, and I trade my peace for it. Connecting to your soul and remaining as awareness, as being, because that's life itself. You're being, walking. Like you walk, you be walking, you know what I mean? Indulge in it. You're eating, put your focus on eating. Don't think about a million things, because that defeats the purpose of life. You're not indulging in what you're doing. To the mind, this seems so stupid. To the mind, this seems like a waste of time. To the mind, the present moment hardly exists. And it can't fully be there because its narratives and bullshit stories don't exist there. It wants to pull you back, you know? It wants to pull you back into unconsciousness and make you be the way you were before. It's like, hey, don't forget, you gotta act this way. We've been acting like this for a long time and we're just gonna stop? Hey, no, start feeling these feelings, start thinking this way. Remember? And if you don't remain conscious enough to, not react, not see it as personal, you're gonna fall in the trap again and again. But connecting to your soul is truly peace. Is the only way you could find love for life and be happy where you are. Be happy with your experience. Not because, oh, this is the only way I can live a happy life, but because it's the truth about life. People say, oh no, yeah, I need to get this before I feel like this. Don't you see what you're doing? You're putting yourself in a predicament where you're putting your hope in a future event, not knowing that whatever that future event holds is here right now. It's just your mind is making too much noise, so you hardly could see it. You hardly could experience it. Every moment you have is a chance to practice peace, to practice being in the soul, to practice being in awareness, to practice being impersonal. Every day. It's okay if you mess up. Don't judge yourself. Blessed is the man who doesn't condemn himself for, the past wrongs he did. That's it. Do it now. All the energy you put into condemning yourself and saying how you got it wrong, put it into changing now. You don't got to change anything. You hardly got to do anything to be yourself, honestly. It's just you're too busy thinking, so you hardly could be yourself. Remain aware. Meditate for 20 minutes. You'll experience more there than from any amount of videos you could watch or from any discussion we could have. Meditate, focus on your breath. Just let them thoughts pass by. Not because, you gotta focus on your breath, but because if you're not focused on your breath, you're going to be focused on your thoughts. And how are you going to be able to let go of your thoughts if you're not focused on something else, something impersonal, such as the breath? Focus on breathing in and out. Let everything pass by. Once you remain impersonal to your thoughts, you can remain impersonal to what's happening in front of you in this world. Don't change your peace for everything. You hold peace with you wherever you go. You choose to exchange it. You choose to change it. You choose to stir up the pot within you. You choose to do this. You're just not doing it consciously. So you feel like it's fate, Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Carl Jung. Realize that you hold your life in your hands. That you could connect to God. You could connect to who you really are now. Peace is within you. Peace is wherever you go. When you wake up in the morning, realize how quiet it is. Or whenever it's quiet during the day, if it's not quiet for you in the morning, realize how when it's quiet, you're reacting to peace. That same peace is within you. Nobody is taking your peace away. You're giving your peace away. For what? For a reaction? Because you're upset about something that happened. Do you see how foolish it sounds to say that you're giving away your peace because of how this happened? It's just, if you remain in the mind so much, you're going to go to the mind first when you see something happen on the outside. When you're connected to your soul, when you're connected to who you really are, you'll remain as you are no matter what's happening on the outside. Because what? Because you're impersonal. Because you don't have to think. You just know. You understand. Your compassion, your love. You don't have to judge anybody. You don't have to judge any circumstance, person, or situation. You're totally impersonal. You don't have to personalize anything. Why? Because you are consciousness. If you don't go within, you go without.